Be strong.
Why Finland and Denmark are happier than the USA. Hey Leah, have you heard that Finland and Denmark are consistently ranked as the happiest countries in the world?
Yes, I have heard that. Do you know why they are so happy?
I'm not sure, but I've heard that it has to do with their social welfare programs and strong sense of community.
That's interesting. I've also heard that they have a good work-life balance and a high level of trust in their government.
Yes, I've heard that too. In contrast, the US doesn't have as many social welfare programs and people tend to work longer hours.
I think that's one reason why the US is not as happy as Finland and Denmark. Another reason could be the high levels of income inequality in the US.
Yes, income inequality is a big issue in the US, and it could be contributing to the lower levels of happiness.
I agree. I've also heard that Finland and Denmark have a strong sense of community, which could be another reason why they are so happy.
That's true. In the US, people tend to be more individualistic, which could be contributing to the lower levels of happiness.
I've also heard that Finland and Denmark have a good education system, which could be contributing to their happiness.
That's a good point. Education is important for people's well-being, and it could be contributing to their happiness in those countries.
I've also heard that the natural environment in Finland and Denmark is beautiful, which could be contributing to people's happiness.
Yes, being in nature is known to have a positive effect on people's well-being, so that could be another reason why those countries are so happy.
I think the cultural differences between those countries and the US also play a role in their happiness. For example, the US has a strong culture of consumerism, while Finland and Denmark value social connections and experiences.
That's a good point. The US also has a culture of individualism, while those countries place a greater emphasis on community.
I think it's interesting how different cultures can lead to different levels of happiness. It shows that happiness is not just about individual factors, but also about social and cultural factors.
Yes, that's a good point. It's important to look at the bigger picture when it comes to happiness and not just focus on individual factors.
I think it's also important to remember that happiness is subjective, and what makes one person happy may not make another person happy.
Absolutely. Happiness is a complex and multifaceted concept, and it can mean different things to different people.
I think the key to happiness is to find a balance between different aspects of life, such as work, relationships, and leisure time.
That's a good point. It's important to have a well-rounded life and not just focus on one area to the detriment of others.
I also think it's important to have a positive mindset and focus on the good things in life, rather than dwelling on the negative.
Yes, having a positive attitude can go a long way in promoting happiness and well-being.
It's also important to have a sense of purpose and meaning in life, whether it's through work, hobbies, or relationships.